Welcome back, everyone. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and follower of Jesus Christ. Today, we're diving into the powerful story of Rebekah, a woman of courage, discernment, and complexity, exploring what her life teaches us about emotional health, decision-making, and trusting God, even when life gets messy. Rebekah steps onto the stage of the Bible with remarkable strength and initiative. In Genesis 24, Abraham's servant prays for guidance, and Rebekah literally shows up. She doesn't just offer water to the servant, she offers water to all 10 of his thirsty camels. That's a huge, unexpected act of service. This moment reveals profound empathy, responsibility, and a willingness to serve without being asked. From a counseling perspective, Rebekah demonstrates beautiful prosocial behavior actions that benefit others and flow from internal values. People who serve from a place of identity rather than obligation tend to experience deeper emotional resilience. So I want you to reflect what acts of kindness flow naturally from who you are, not from pressure or expectation. Next, we see Rebekah face a massive transition. She agrees to leave her entire family and travel to a new land to marry a man she's never met, Isaac. Major life changes like this trigger anxiety, identity shifts, fear of the unknown, and even grief over what we leave behind. But Rebekah models courage in the face of uncertainty. She steps forward without having all the answers. Connecting perfectly with Proverbs 3-5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. However, the story gets complicated later. As a mother, Rebekah faces stress and conflict. When she's pregnant, God reveals that 2 nations are in her womb, Jacob and Esau. Conflict emerges as the boys grow. Rebekah favors Jacob, Isaac favors Esau. Eventually, Rebekah steps in and helps Jacob manipulate his way into securing the blessing. This highlights significant family systems dynamics and the weight of responsibility. Rebekah's choices weren't perfect, and that's crucial. When we feel overly responsible for outcomes, we often slip into overfunctioning, trying to fix or manipulate situations out of fear. Rebekah's story invites us to ask ourselves, am I trying to control outcomes that belong to God? Am I acting from fear or from faith? The biggest takeaway here is God's grace in imperfect people. Rebekah is faithful, generous, and bold, but she is also anxious, protective, and controlling. That's the human condition. We are all a mix of strengths, wounds, patterns, and faith. God works through imperfect people, not ideal ones. That's the core message of 2 Corinthians 12:09. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. So, how do we apply this? When facing big decisions, seek God and seek wise counsel. Slow down and regulate your emotions before you act. When navigating family conflict, identify your own role and set healthy boundaries. Avoid taking responsibility for others' choices. Finally, when you feel overwhelmed, practice grounding techniques, journal your fears, pray honestly, and reach out for support. Lord, thank you for the story of Rebekah, a woman of courage, complexity, and faith. Help us learn from her strengths and her struggles. Guide us in our decisions, heal our family dynamics, and remind us that your grace meets us in every season. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on faith and mental health. I'll see you next time.